It was midsummer when the atomic bomb hit the heart of Hiroshima, and the people were thinly clad. Many parts of their body were exposed. In fact, quite a large number were semi-nude. First aid stations reported that 80 to 90% of the cases handled by them immediately after the bombing were burns. Burns resulting directly from the atomic bomb were caused on the parts of the body which faced the rays. There were no burns on the opposite side. These two soldiers were among 2,000 others who were at the Chiyoda Public School, 1,800 meters south of the epicenter. The one at the right was wearing long trousers. The one at the left, a short-sleeved blouse and knickers. Burns in these cases were only on the right side, as the ray came from the above right front direction. The toes of the fellow in knickers escaped burns because of the protection offered by the slippers he was wearing at the time. He was in his barracks about 900 meters northeast of the epicenter. His posture at the time was somewhat like this, and the ray came from the left rear. He was wearing his uniform, and his hand was bandaged in white, as shown in the picture. The comparatively heavy uniform was charred, but the bandaged hand was unaffected. Color of clothes made quite a difference, and the degree of the burns varied according to the color of dress. This is an example of a pattern of a dress burned onto the skin. The difference in the speed of heat and blast is shown here. This soldier was 1,800 meters south of the epicenter. When he saw a flash of light, he immediately fell flat on the ground. Then his cap was blown off by the blast. The cap mark around his head indicates that he was burned by the ray before the blast flew off his cap. Some of the scars show pigmentations in deep purple. On the head, however, depigmentation is seen. Disturbance of function is also caused as a result of burns. Four or 5 days after the burn, skin was grafted from the right thigh. This is the condition a week later. A case of perichondritis of the ear as a result of burns. The bombing occurred when this fellow was in the military hospital, 500 meters from the epicenter. Although he survived miraculously, he suffers from severe depilation. A case of ceratitis caused by burns. This fellow was exposed to the ray about 2 kilometers from the epicenter, the ray coming from his left front. This girl was at the Toyo steel mills, 1,500 meters west of the epicenter. Her left leg in the region of the knee was pinned under the debris when the building in which she was working collapsed. This young Red Cross nurse was injured when the Red Cross hospital dormitory was destroyed. A falling pillar caused a compound fracture in the right leg. Another Red Cross nurse working in the second floor of the hospital suffered from lacerations caused by flying glass. Other nurses suffered from facial injuries. This fellow was standing 3 meters from the window of a building 1 kilometer north of the epicenter, bare from his waist up. From about the 10th day, aneurysma of the right radius artery appeared. This woman was 1 kilometer east of the epicenter. Although she was not burned, she received lacerations in the region of her left eye and ear. On September 6th, the eyeball had to be removed on account of abscess of vitreous. On September 15th, her leukocytes were 2,500, and on the 20th, 3,500. The prognosis was poor.